So let's get back on the road. Got to get my camp set up. So West Virginia, it's wild, it is wonderful, and it is almost heaven. Hey guys, so I am on Route 92, just outside of White Sulphur Springs, and I'm heading to a campground called the Islands, or Island Campground, and it's in the National Forest, the Monongahela National Forest. And the reason I'm going back here is because last June I pulled through there just checking the area out, looking for places to maybe do a cooking video. It's beside of a creek, so it's a beautiful setting. And I drove through there, and as I was driving, I noticed something off to my left, some kind of movement. So I reached over and got my camera and I started just scanning that area. Well, I didn't see anything. And so I drove on up through the rest of the campground. It's not really big. And then I pulled out and came on back home. Well, when I got home, I noticed on the back of my car this huge handprint. Look at this. And so immediately I called my brother Bruce, was telling him about it, and I was telling him how grimy it was, like it like was oily and muddy. And also I found a hair in it, but I mean, I didn't know what to do with the hair, and I said, so I just threw it away. And Bruce was like, oh, Bruce was all, I miss him so much. But and that was Bruce too. Oh, you shouldn't have thrown it away. I'm like, well, I didn't know what to do with it. So I guess if I find anything like that, again, I'm just gonna maybe put it in a baggie. Of course, you know, I should have, when I saw the hair, and I should have like picked it off with tweezers or whatever, and then kept a sample and you know, go from there. But you know, it was a crazy thing. So what I'm gonna do now, you know, my goal is to try to get a Bigfoot on film. Okay guys, this is the spot. that's my setup. And I couldn't get all the stakes in because obviously this is gravel and it's like probably got levels of rocks. Got a few of them in just to keep the dew off of me and stuff like that. But here it is, and I've got my cot, which I'm very glad I brought the cot. I started to bring just the one-man tent that I have, but there would have been no place. I mean, I'd have to go on up in the woods to find something soft. But this is good. I got a cot, and I've got a little fan right there. Batteries, if it gets needing some circulation in there, I can turn that on. And I'm good to go. This is awesome. I'm the only one here. The only one in this whole campground. And the whole time I've been here, it's like somebody's been watching me. I can hear little steps. It seems like steps. Could be anything. And then the occasional car will go by on 28. But guys, this is just beautiful. I got some more stuff to do, and then I'm gonna start cooking. So let's put these onions in here. It's a little bit more oil than I want, but that'll be just fine. Potatoes are more than done. Okay, this is gonna be a lot of burger patties. Look at that. About a pound. Guys, I'm eating this Oklahoma onion burger without a bun. And I cooked up these fries. If you haven't seen the video, watch that video. I mean, I got a whole bucket and some more of fries. Wow. Check out that video. But the reason I'm here is, like I said earlier, I'm gonna take a hike in a little bit when the sun starts going down, and see what kind of activity I can come up with. So I'm packing up stuff because I don't want to leave any food out. And I heard 2 knocks and a whoop. No other sounds. And it seems like it's across the creek, maybe across the road. Here comes a car. Very, very strange. I'm gonna go drive around for a little bit. The sun is starting to go down. It looks pretty light on the camera though. And I'm sitting here reading, and I can hear these chipmunks. And then one of them went flying down the hill. It just flew up onto that rock and then over there, and now he's running around on the base of the tree like he is scared of something. Of course, chipmunks are flighty anyway, but that's crazy. I don't hear any knocks or any whoops. Like, I've heard 2 whoops today and a couple of knocks. And right now it's pretty quiet except for the chipmunks. You may be able to hear them on the camera. Okay, I turned my chair around to face the woods. I was like, I had my back to the woods, and I heard like a rock clack over here and another one over there. But you're always going to hear, you know, stuff in the woods. But it's also not this quiet. Here comes a car. This way it looks, you can tell it's dark. Got a little bit of sun left, but not a whole lot. Okay, 2 more heavy rock clacks. So I'm gonna walk up that way and then try to hit the trail that goes up towards the mountain. It's almost 7:30 now, so the sun is setting, so we'll see what we can see. I've got my headlamp on, so I don't have to hold a flashlight. As you step in these woods, it looks very dark. There was one tale that I read about a hiker who was on the trail. The hiker he was doing the Allegheny Trail, and which is the trailhead I passed on the way in here, and it was starting to rain, so he was making his way trying to get to a shelter, and he said the whole time he kept hearing like rock clacks on both sides of the river that he was following. And so that's weird, because that's kind of like what I've been hearing, these rock clacks. So he kept hearing this, and he finally gets up to the shelter, and he just feels like there's something there watching him, you know, and for a while he couldn't figure out what was that sound, but then he realized it must have been like 2 flat rocks being smacked together. So then he makes it to the shelter, and he keeps, you know, he's bedding down, it's middle of the night, and he keeps hearing these footsteps walking back and forth, and he's like, what in the heck is going on? Holy crap, I just heard a very loud step. But anyway, so going back and forth. And then finally he said there was an old tarp he had noticed that was sitting there, and he said there was a extremely loud, like a stomp on this tarp. And it freaked him out, so he sat up and he said, "Get the hell out of here!" Really loud, and it stopped and went away. That's a crazy story. So I definitely see some deer tracks. Now, the end of this tree is right behind those other trees, but it's actually been placed there. Look at that. That is pretty crazy. Okay, it opens up right here, but that grass is thick. I'm gonna make my way back. Okay, I'm tired. Back in camp. I'm gonna light this light. Hang on. The camera seems to draw more light than the GoPro, so I'm just gonna sit here. I'm gonna call it a night unless I hear something. Then I'll be back. If not, I'm gonna pass out and go to sleep here in a little while. And it looks like it's light out, but really it's not. It's just this phone really draws in whatever light there is. I don't know what time it is. Hang on. It's like 8:16, so it's still early. Sun ain't completely set. But but I mean, you need lights to drive, and you can't see in these woods. It's pretty good. This camera does really well, but it's really dark actually. It's really dark now, guys. I'm gonna turn this headlight on and just see if I see anything out there. I heard like a whoop, and then these dogs and coyotes and whatever else out here just have gone crazy. Okay, listen. There it is again. There's the car coming. Guys, these yells are crazy. They're like, now I hear dogs barking. There it goes again. I wish you could hear these yells. It's like nothing I have ever heard before. It was like a roar. Like, not a coyote. Probably not wolves. I don't think there's wolves here. Not sure. I had just put my it was like they were yelling or chanting back and forth to each other. Just put my everything up, phone up, light up. I'm fumbling around. I hear these noises. I'm like, oh my God, I need to. They were loud too. I can hear dogs. So before I heard the howling, I thought that I'd heard like this mumbling voices. Like that. It's like a weird, like, It's almost like they were speaking some kind of language.
Oh my God, I hope y'all can hear that. That was just what I was talking about. It was just what I was trying to tell you, that like I heard this like weird kind of like language, like, and that's what was going on right now. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. I've got to come back here with, you know, Gail or somebody and some better sound equipment. And this is the place where, when I got home, I noticed the handprint was on the back of my 4Runner. There it is. It is like something yelling, like on. Guys, this is crazy. It's going on and on. It's like yelling, chanting. Holy shit. Hang on. I hear something outside my tent. Something is walking outside of my tent. Honestly, I am like really freaking out right now. I've never been through anything like this. I'm trying to keep the light down. All right, the chanting and yelling has stopped, and I don't hear footsteps anymore. I just laid still for guys, this is one crazy place. Can't even explain this other than what I've told you. I gotta try to go to sleep. Anything happens, I'll be back. I hear footsteps again. It's gonna be